The beginning of every year means the beginning of tax season, and although tax forms won't be released until the end of January, it's time to start prepping and preparing to hopefully get a refund check. Here to fill us in on some Tax 101 is attorney Craig Cooper. All right, Mr. Cooper, let's start with the basics. For someone like myself who isn't married, single, don't have any kids, I have a full-time job, what are some of the basic things I need to know to prepare my tax form?
Yeah, the first thing you need to know is you need to file on time. A lot of people don't. It sounds pretty intuitive, but you have to file on time. If you don't, there's extra penalties, and it puts a giant bullseye on your name for the IRS to come audit. So one's file on time. If they withdraw taxes, if your employer withdraws taxes, you get a W-2, so it's pretty simple.
Okay.
And if you do like a line item deduction, take it into a tax professional.
Okay.
And even if you do the standard deduction, make sure you get the student loan interest payments in there too.
Okay, all right, good advice there with student loans, something I didn't know. I learned it actually last year. Now, what's the most common mistake you see people making when they file their returns?
I think if you file it yourself, make sure that you don't try to cheat the government. Make sure that you don't pull one over on them. Another big thing that people don't realize is that they need to pay attention to what their tax professional is filing. A lot of the times people will try to get the biggest deduction for other individuals in order to get potentially a bigger fee or something to that effect, but pay attention to what they're filing. They might make a fake business to get a bigger deduction. Just pay attention to it. Okay, and as a tax attorney yourself, what is the most common issue you run into with some of your clients? Well, there's a couple of phases. The first would be planning. If I have a client that's coming in to plan, it's a happier stage. Right. And then the other end of the spectrum is people that are very far behind, almost too far gone. A lot of it is it's either people that are taking action ahead of time or not. A lot of the times people are too far behind where it gets overwhelming, and then they come in to take action, and that's one of the biggest problems. All right, some good tax tips for us. Thank you very much for coming on, Mr. Cooper. Oh, thank you. And remember, you can catch It's the Law every Saturday on My 41.2. That's on at 3 p.m. and on Sunday right here on 41 NBC at 6. And don't forget, if you've got a legal question for one of our experts, you can email us at itsthelaw@41nbc.com, and we're going to answer it right here on the news at 6.